Hey folks, going to give you a quick tutorial on the alien periodic table assignment. Um, this is an assignment where you are going, it's kind of like a scavenger hunt. You are going to be given clues about elements, but the names of the elements have been changed. The idea is that an alien civilization is contacting ours, and for us to exchange information, we need to translate each other's languages so that we know we're both talking about the same elements. The nice thing is that elements are going to behave the same everywhere they are in the universe. An element is an element is an element. They're not changing from one alien planet to another. So we know that we're all talking about the same stuff, and we have to use our descriptions and data that we have about them to translate them into our own language and build them on our own periodic table. So you have two things here. You have the reference tables. If you need them, I have most of the information that you're going to need built into the Google Slides. So if you open up the slides, you're going to find first a little background about your task, some directions, a screenshot of our periodic table. You'll notice I've taken out the rare earth metals. Those are not going to be part of this assignment, just so I can blow it up and make it as big as possible. Then here's a little cheat sheet with our periodic trends that we have been discussing the last few lessons. I also labeled some key groups here. Notice the alkali metals. I put this up at the top because this is where it fits, but don't forget, hydrogen is not an alkali metal. We're starting with lithium and going down, and we talk about the alkali metals. So here is our abbreviated periodic table that we are going to be putting our alien elements on. I've labeled the periods 1 through 5 on the left side and groups across the top. Notice we go 1, 2, 13 through 18. We're missing 3 through 12. Why is that? Well, transition metals are tricky, and for the purpose of this assignment, we are going to drop them out and not deal with them. So what is going to happen is that on a series of slides, you're going to be given clues, and you're going to have to connect the clues to our elements. So the first group of clues is about our noble gases. And these aliens call them these words: Bomble, Wobble, Jeptum, and Logan. And they have different symbols than we would have. Bomble, Wobble, like B-O-W-O-J-L. Okay, so I'm going to go to my first clue. I'm going to say Bomble is a noble gas, but it does not have 8 outer electrons. So if I see 8 outer electrons, I know that this clue is about valence electrons. So I'm going to go to my table. Electron configuration is given here in the key, so I'm going to look in the bottom left corner for my electron configuration. I'm going to look at my noble gases, group 18, and I'm going to see which one of them does not have 8 outer electrons. Well, valence electrons are the last number in the configuration, and if I look at each of them below helium, they all have 8. Helium only has 2, only 1 energy level. First energy level only holds 2 electrons. So I can come back to my table. The alien element, Bomble, is the same as our helium. Rationale: helium only has 1 energy level, so it is the only noble gas with less than 8 valence electrons. So nice, short, sweet, to the point answer. I use my academic vocabulary. I cite valence electrons. I cite the 1 energy level, explaining why helium and Bomble must be the same element. If I continue on, I'm going to go back to my table real quick, and I'm going to place BO where helium should be. Group 18, top row. Go back to my clues here. Second clue is about Logan. The outside energy level of Logan is the second energy level. Okay, so if my valence electrons, the outer energy level, is the second level, that means I have 2 energy levels. Go back to my reference table. Neon is my noble gas that has 2 energy levels, 2-8. 2 electrons in the first energy level, 8 in the second. So I can go back to my table. I can place Logan where neon is. Neon is in period 2 and has 2 energy levels. There you go. I know that all of my elements in period 2 have 2 energy levels, so if Logan has 2 energy levels, it must be neon. Last clue on this page, of the inert meaning does not react, are noble gases, wobble has the greatest atomic mass. So I know that if we look at the periodic table, we know that the masses increase as we go down. So I know a lot of you will probably be inclined to drop right to the bottom and look at these elements with radon or xenon. But keep in mind, our table only has 4 periods of the noble gases. So what is the 4th period? That is Krypton, Kr. So let me put WO there. Come to my table. Wobble, WO. That is equal to Krypton. Of the noble gases in the first 4 periods, Krypton has the highest atomic mass. Again, nice, short, sweet, to the point. You could add in according to the reference table to tell me what tool you're using to get this information. That's pretty straightforward. You notice there's only 3 clues, but there are 4 noble gases. Well, if I look at the table where I've placed them, there's only one place that gypsum can go, and that's going to have to be in period 3. So what is in period 3? Look to my reference table. Period 3 is argon. So I'm going to fill in argon, Ar, reasoning, process of elimination. We know that gypsum has to be a noble gas. That's the only place left that we can put it because we know the other ones are in their correct locations. You might ask yourself, well, is process of elimination really a scientific practice? Absolutely it is. In order to practice process of elimination, you have to aggregate data and categorize what you can until you have no other options. I don't know of a more scientific process than that. As you continue on through this assignment, you will see you have many more slides with many more clues. The memes, which I put in there because they make me laugh, are not just in there because they make me laugh. Some of them are actually clues and will give you a hint about what elements are in that box. You'll notice for alkali metals, there are 4 alkali metals given, but only 2 clues. In some of these cases, you will have to advance into further slides and get more information about the element so that you can come back and finish up the alkali metals. This is true of a couple different groups. So just keep that in mind. This is really like a long scavenger hunt logic puzzle. I think it'll be fun for you guys. And enjoy. And if you have any questions, you can always email me.